Okay, so I've kind of just stuck with Camlan's rank 12 Legend Demon Hunter. I really like it because it only runs one I-Beam, and I think I-Beam is an objectively really good card, don't get me wrong. But I don't think it really fits Tempo Demon Hunter. It's not a super aggressive card. It's just an objectively high value card. I think the Frenzied Fellowing that he threw in there is a nice niche card that you can throw in. And a second Spectral Sight for extra card draw is really good as well. In terms of playstyle, you just tempo out. There's nothing really special about it. I will say a couple of interesting things to note. One, the Umberwing, if you play it turn 2, it combos really, really well with the Satyr Overseer, so that combo is so strong as a turn 2, turn 3. You also have the Altruist, which after about turn 4, you don't want to play the 1-drops just mindlessly at that point, at least if you have Altruist in hand. At a certain point, if you have Altruist, you just want to keep the 1-drops so you can combo off with them in combination with Altruist, then have a big, wide surprise board and do a lot of extra damage. And then the last thing is Metamorphosis. Don't forget, it resets your hero power, so you can hero power, Metamorphosis, and then hero power again with the new 5 damage hero power on turn 7. And it's one of your better late game efficiency plays to use up your mana if you are running low on cards. So yeah, that's about it for the playstyle. It's just tempo, and those are a couple of the cool little niche tricks. And then now I will go into the mulligan guide for this deck. The mulligan guide for this deck, I'm just going to look at these statistics and explain why these things work. Basically, anything Chaos Strike and above is a good keep. Obviously, I don't run the Sigil Runner. I run a second Spectral Sight because it gives me the same amount of draw. And a Shadowhoof Slayer, which I think is really good. It's a 2-1, so it has the better stats. And then it gives you an automatic attack, so on a turn 1 play, it can be relatively solid. Especially if you play Battle Fiend, coin him out. I'd say that it's a little worse than coining out the Beaming Sidekick, but it's a really good other card in combination if you want to coin something out, or it's just a good card in general to have just on turn 1. A 2-1's not bad, especially if it's turn 1 and they don't really have a way of killing it immediately, if you're going first. Then you get into the Frenzied Fellowing, the Shadow Weaver, and the I-Beam. Basically, the Frenzied Fellowing you can keep if you have a good curve, right? In most cases, if you have a good curve and you think you can cheese him out turn 2, maybe turn 3 for 1 or fewer mana, keep him. He's a pretty decent card. But if you have a large curve and you don't think that you're going to consistently get him out, dump him, right? It's not worth to keep with the chance that you might get him for free early, but if you have a good chance of it, like you have a good curve and it's very likely you'll get him out turn 3, then keep him. But don't do it just blindly if you're going to mulligan the rest of your hand anyway. Same thing goes with the Frozen Shadow Weaver. The only difference is the Frozen Shadow Weaver is if it's a choice between the Overseer and the Shadow Weaver in your hand. Say you curve out really well, you have a 1, a 2-drop, and then you have Frozen Shadow Weaver and Satyr Overseer. Dump the Shadow Weaver. You don't need the double 3-drop. I'd rather mulligan more for more 1-drops. Yes, in that situation you have the coin, but I'd still rather dump it and try to get more 1-drops to apply a ton of early game pressure. The only exception here in this rule with the Frenzied Fellowing at least is the fact that if you do have a decent curve, I still would keep the Satyr Overseer over the Frenzied Fellowing. So it's not an exception. I'd say that they're about the same, but I do think Frenzied Fellowing you prioritize over Shadow Weaver. So the Shadow Weaver is in between Chaos Strike and the Shadow Weaver. So anyway, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed the mulligan guide. Hope you guys enjoyed the just rundown of the deck overview. Nice little combos. And I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay. And I'll see you in the next one. Oh yeah, and if there's anything I can do to improve the content for you guys, please let me know. I want to be as good as I possibly can for you. But if you already like my content, feel free to subscribe. And I hope you guys enjoy the games. Okay, so starting over the mirror match, not bad. Played a couple of warm-up games earlier. Jumped into the recording halfway through, so I just decided to not use those games because I wasn't paying attention. In terms of opening hands, I really, really like all of this, but I absolutely need a 1-drop, so I don't know what I necessarily need to do here, but I know that I need to get rid of one of the 3-drops. I think this, but it isn't a Demon Hunter, and freezing his face could completely just stop one of his combos. But we'll keep this because the Umberwing curves really nicely into the Satyr Overseer. Please give me a 1-drop. Oh my god. That's bad, that's bad, that's bad. I have like 7 1-drops. Any of them would have been good. But it's okay. Worst case scenario, I draw them later and I play with Altruis. So, he didn't have a 1-drop either. That's sick. We get to play the Umberwing. I play the Umberwing first, which means if I end up playing the Satyr Overseer, it'll pop off better. I'm going to play the Umberwing. I don't actually even think I'm going to hit with it. There's no real reason to. I'd rather save the charge to use it with other things later on, just in case, you know? So if he plays something of his own...
I hope you like my invention.
Oh! That's weird. Okay. I respect it, though. We'll just try to flood the board a bit. And then hit him in the face. We're just trying to build as big of a board as we can. I'm assuming he's got some board wipe, though. I'm assuming that if he's playing the Novice Engineer, he's playing a weird version of Demon Hunter that's going to be more of like an OTK or like Control/Highlander-y build. Yeah. It's okay, though. We have Satyr Overseer Battle Fiend, so he just... he just kind of played a decent number of things. Or not decent, he played a decent removal. Which means that this play should stick. Right? And get a pump up these guys a little bit more. I need to draw Skull of Gul'dan soon. Next turn, hopefully he doesn't wipe my board again. We go face, we play Frenzied Fellwing. We just hope he doesn't have removal. If he's going Highlander, he shouldn't have that much. If he's going Controlled Demon Hunter, then he might have another one. We'll see. But as it stands, my hand was decent, but it didn't end up becoming as good as I wanted it to. He kills off the 4-2 there. Okay. That makes sense. He stops me from snowballing. He heals for 3. Spectral Sight is perfect. Literally the exact card that I needed here. Battle Fiend, not bad. Hero Power, hit. Pump up. Hit, hit. And honestly, just flood the board. Like, it doesn't matter. If he has the board wipe, it's fine. I might as well play these things. If he had the board wipe, he probably would have played it last turn. Next turn, I play Warglave's Hero Power, and we just try to smack face as hard as possible. If he doesn't have board wipe, we're chilling. If he does have board wipe, then kind of sucks, I guess. But let's see. No, man, you're kidding. Oh. And then you get to heal extra. That's pretty demoralizing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Coin to do more damage? Or wait, it doesn't do more damage. Oh, okay, so you're trying to heal maximum and do damage to me. So not only did I lose more pressure, but this is just not good at all. I'm gonna hit and then kill off Altruis this way. I know this damage could go to his face, but I'd rather have a minion on board than the Warglaves. I just think that it's better. And then hopefully this is enough pressure on board, but holy dude. He also just has way more cards than I do, which is crazy. Twin Slice was nuts with Altruis. Silence? I guess he's doing that to draw a card and cycle through his deck. That's not that weird, to be honest. This guy got the attack. I think he was just cycling to try and find damage to kill the 6-4, and he didn't get it, and now he has to hit it with his face and be inefficient, which isn't bad. Now we're tight on health. I'm going to play Warglaves. I still play Warglaves here and hit him in the face. Because here's the reason why Warglaves is better, right? By having Warglaves and I'm able to hit again, if I do need to hit a minion, I can play Warglaves and hit again and still get extra damage out of it, so it's not as big of a deal. That's my thought process behind this. Oh, he drew Skull of Gul'dan. I need to draw a card as well, my friend. I did draw a Spectral Sight, though, so it's okay. Top decking. As long as I don't draw... What do I not want to draw here? Like, a Beaming Sidekick would be awful. I want to draw 3 down or a Chaos Strike. I'm fine with most of my cards, but I don't want to draw any... Actually, even Twin Slice would be pretty decent. But we got Chaos Strike to cycle a little bit here. Into this to freeze his face. Sick. Hit him for 6. We get to go through taunts with this and slam face. Whew. Here is to hoping, man. This is going to be a close game, I feel like, because it's going to come down to the wire, like what I top deck. And I did top deck Chaos Strike, so that's really, really good, and got an extra unit, but even so, I think that he just has so many more cards than I do that I don't think, like, that's gonna be I-Beam. That just happened to also be his thingamabob, his Outcast card. Oh, so his 7th. So this card right here is relatively expensive, or something he doesn't want to use right now. So that's probably maybe another I-Beam, or a big card. Holy my god, am I dead soon? No, Beaming Sidekick was literally what I said I couldn't have happen here. Okay, well, we're gonna pump him, because that's just smart. And we're gonna just go face here, and flood the board. Like, at this point, this is all we can do, right? At this point, I need to get rid of the lifesteal, or get rid of the extra spell damage to limit lifesteal. Pump him up so he's harder to kill, have a couple of minions. If he doesn't have a taunt, we're fine. If he does have a taunt, then we probably were going to lose anyway. Last Hail Mary play. There's no reason to save any of my cards anymore. We're just hoping for the best, and we're hoping he doesn't have 11 damage extra on top of the hero power. God, don't have another lifesteal blade. I mean, even if you do, you've used a decent amount of heal, or a decent amount of, like, pump, right? So it could be okay. But right now, we're down to top decking, and any of my big cards help here. Altruist, awful. But Skull of Gul'dan, really good. Have a 13.3% chance of drawing that. Warglaze, Metamorphosis, Adept. Spectral Sight. Oh, no. Okay. That's not quite enough to kill me. That's 13 damage. Don't have 3 more. Double Twin Slice doesn't get me. And he didn't hero power me last turn, so he didn't have the extra damage, which I think was a mistake. Did he have mana up? Or did he just choose not to? Like, what was his thought process there? Oh, he's just admitting defeat, I guess. Oh, he's not admitting defeat. That's impressive. Okay. He's gonna... Okay. Metamorphosis, though, is a great top deck. Very good. Well played. Whew. Did he have a mana up? I'm going to check the replay before I start and just see if he had 1 mana up. Because I feel like in that situation, you never don't Metamorphosis my face. Okay, so, just want to be more open with this statistic so I'm not like, new best deck, super high win rate. I want to prove it. So I'm at a 4-1 with this deck so far. It's a small sample size, but every single video I'll try to keep you guys updated for just transparency. And then as of right now, my total win rate is 25-8 this season, rank 4, just so you guys know how long it takes for me to climb. Because some people were asking me how long my climb usually is. And don't worry if it takes you longer. I play this game a ton. I've also had seasons back in my beginning where it took me like 500 games to get here to Legends. So don't worry about it if it takes you a while. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so this matchup's unwinnable if he has Armorsmith. But I can confirm that he had no mana. But what he chose to do was play Bloodmage Thalnos and gain 1 extra life from the I-Beam, which I think was an absolute waste. I don't think that there was any reason for him to have done that, and the fact that he did kind of is what won me the game. If he had just not played it, not healed 1 more, I don't know what he was playing around, and just hero power and Metamorphosis, because he would have had enough for both of them with 2 extra mana left. He would have done 6 more damage to my face, and he would have been able to kill me. But anyway, Chaos Strike, decent cycle. It's a decent card to keep in general. Battle Fiend's good. If I play my cards right, this gets played turn 2. I-Beam is okay. It's not fantastic, but it'll do. Like, it's good. Don't get me wrong. But there's a reason I only run 1 copy of it now. And it's because there are a lot of times where I'm just kind of meh about it. But anyway, we have a couple turns to draw for Skull of Gul'dan or some sort of a extra draw power. Umberwing, not bad. So we hit first, pump this up, hit with that, and then we get to play him for free. And that's great. Then we get to play Umberwing Hero Power. And now we just need to top deck. Hope to get Spectral Sight or Skull of Gul'dan. Those are the 2 cards that we absolutely need now. That's fine. I don't care about that. Saving Twin Slice for a potential Altruist play. We have Skull of Gul'dan. Worst case scenario here. We play all of these the turn before Skull of Gul'dan, so that way you can play, even if I don't get full value out of them, I'll still get some. Like, I won't pop off with Altruist, right, but I'll get some value. But anyway, we have a really, really good starting hand, though, so this is really good. 4 mana for Wrench Caliber. Oh, wait, that's rough for him. That's actually kind of bad that he had to coin that out. I don't know what his other weapon was. Freeze his face, hero power. That curves out really, really nicely. Just hit, go face with all of these. If he hadn't killed that, he'd be at a really low amount of health, so... I guess my opening hand was just so strong if you think about it. Like, holy... Imagine it being turn 4, and he has 8 health left as a warrior. Like, imagine that. That's absurd. I mean, okay, he has shield block, and that does something for you, but, like... I still get to do a decent chunk, like, it's... Oh my god. We're not going to get anything out of it yet, but we'll still, like, plow face. Sets up even more damage. Ha ha ha. Next turn is probably going to be, a Twin Slice, I think. Not ideal. I really hope that this guy isn't able to survive. That would be so sad to me. Wait, is that all he does? He hero powers. Double Twin Slice. Doesn't quite get me there. Beaming Sidekick doesn't either. Metamorphosis. His face for sure. 1-2. Can't do it. So it'll just pump health. I-beam. I-beam, really? Yeah, we'll just do it and hit him in the face. Push as much damage as possible. Skull of Gul'dan might be able to help me finish him off. I get to play 1 Twin Slice, Skull of Gul'dan next turn. If I draw Altruist or something, I'm fine. Like, the game is essentially over, but I can't get too overconfident because I still have Metamorphosis if needed. So basically 5 guaranteed damage. I just had too much early pressure, to be honest. He's desperate. He's looking for, like, 1 response. Yeah. This deck is kind of dumb. But it's okay. For those of you who made it this far, I'm going to do my daily question, my question of the day. And that question is, do you guys think that I should play League of Legends on this channel? Not a lot, but I want to start picking up League of Legends again. And after I've taken a big break, gotten rid of some of those bad habits, I'm going to try to go for Diamond. I've gotten Plat several seasons, and I want to try to grind the Diamond this time. So if that's something you want to be interested in, please let me know. If not, then I won't do it. And if there's like some support for it, I will probably do it on my second channel. But anyway, in terms of this is like the one matchup I think I-beam actually pops off into. Because Hunter is going to do damage. If he's face Hunter, this does really, really well. So we'll keep all these. I don't know. I think that keeping the I-beam is okay in some situations. And luckily this card's cheap, so it's okay. We'll Greetings him as well. Evil draws close. Honestly, do I just coin out pressure? Obviously, the answer is yes. I do just coin out the pressure because I have no other play. And it's going to be Beaming Sidekick Hero Power. And then I beam, Spectral Sight, draw cards, and just cycle. Go through as much as we can, as quickly as we can. And just, yeah. If he plays Fairy Dragon, it dies. I put health on a 1-3, which isn't great, but, like, it's better than nothing. It's harder to kill. It's just a sticky 1 health minion that'll be ignored and might get me some damage. This is why I-beam is important, though, ladies and gentlemen. That right there. So we'll pump him up. We'll actually trade here. So he stays alive. And then Hero Power, go face with these. Push some extra damage. Have board control. We have I-beam if needed. We can I-beam and Spectral Sight. If he plays a weapon, we just freeze his face. And we'll see where that goes. So yeah, this actually isn't that bad. It's kind of bad. It's not great. I-beam will probably be saved for Phase Stalker when he plays that turn 4, and Hero Power is in the same turn. Turn 3 is going to be really awkward for him. It's probably going to be Animal Companion or a weapon, in which case I freeze his face. Okay, fine, I changed my mind. We I-beam that. No. We stick with our original plan here. The reason why I think we stick with our original plan is just because, like, what's the point in I-beaming that when the 2-3 is more important to kill? Like, it's gonna come out. I know that that's something that I need to focus on. Into secret? Okay, so I just trade the 4-2 in. And that's fine. Kane's Sun Fury, he doesn't have a taunt, so it'll just be initial pressure. Don't tell me I got baited. Okay, good. And then it's explosive. Explosive sucks, but we get to play Kane's Sun Fury. Charge 3 damage in. Again, he's not going to have taunts, so his ability isn't that important. It's just a 3-5 charge for 4, which is not bad. Essentially, I'm at 28 health. I have some draw set up. I can play Metamorphosis at some point soon, so. Okay, rapid fire that and kill it off. That sucks. That's so oh, man. The question is, does he trade in or does he want to go hard face? He's trading in. That sucks for me. Warglaves is good, though. Warglaves is one of the best things I could have drawn here. We'll just hit him for 3. Don't need to do anything crazy. We're still just setting up for the next couple of turns. Still sitting on that I-beam for security. Oh. Phase Stalker's going to be a little bit bigger than I want it to be, but it's okay. Yeah, I beam that immediately. Hit his face. Draw some cards. We're chilling. If it ends up being Pack Tack. Oh, you poor soul. I mean, this dies to explosive, but I don't think that really matters to me, right? Like, it just gets pressure on the board, which is all I really want from it, right? Like, I don't need the minions for the explosive trap, although they're helpful, obviously, but I don't think I need that. I think all I really want / need is the ability to deal with some of his minions. Like, that's explosive. He'll probably have another secret. No? Okay. Explosive, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11 damage. Set up for lethal with Metamorphosis the next turn. We might as well go for it. Really? Then what secret is that? Okay, it is still explosive. I think I want to save Twin Slice for 1 turn. I still essentially get him down to 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 damage. I could just guaranteed get him down to 5 with the Twin Slice. There's no reason not to. So we'll do 1 Twin. And then we'll do this. And then Hero Power. I know this deck like the back of my hand. They have no healing. I have him down to 5. If I need it, I have 1 extra second slice. If he doesn't, like, if I need it, I have 1 extra second slice to do some extra damage. That doesn't matter. He has the Zixer Prime, but luckily I already set up lethal. It's a good thing I decided to do that as opposed to not do it. And then we just kill him. Pretty nice quick games, honestly. Whew. This deck is still pretty strong. Very, very strong.